Please be seated. As I said in my homily, we are in week 2 of our stewardship season, and this weekend we have a stewardship witness talk from one of our parishioners. So I invite forward Scott and Catherine Miller. So if you want to come join us, and Henry.
Thank you, Father. Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Scott Miller, and as we start the stewardship renewal season, I've been asked to share my family's stewardship journey with you. First, a little bit about my family. I'm blessed to be married to my wife, Catherine. We celebrated our 4th wedding anniversary on Thursday. Together, we have one son, Henry, who's 14 months old. We've been parishioners here at Epiphany for 5 years. Catherine and I were both raised Catholic, and so it was important for us to celebrate our wedding in the church. Up until our wedding, we were living here in Louisville, but hadn't found a regular parish yet. When we got engaged, we knew that we needed to find a regular parish. That is, a church to celebrate our wedding and be part of the community. As Father Randy so perfectly put it when we first talked to him, you need a home. I was first approached about sharing our journey before last Sunday's Mass, so I had the opportunity to hear Father Randy's riveting homily on stewardship from a unique point of view. What stuck with me and my wife, and what we and Henry talked about, was how stewardship is part of our lives, but also that our lives are ever changing. If you ask me about, bless you. If you ask me about stewardship at any point over the past 5 years, you might get 5 different answers. And that's not because we've been bouncing around or that we're unsure, but just that our lives have undergone a significant change over that time. But stewardship and our relationship with God and sharing of our time, talent, and treasure has adapted with us. We first started with engaged encounter marriage preparation, which included mentoring with a family who we're still friends with today. An overnight marriage preparation retreat where we met some more of the friends that we have here at the church, and of course our wedding. It also included baptism preparation, as we knew we'd baptize our children here at Epiphany. All of those experiences were examples of how our relationship with God and stewardship has adapted based on what God is calling us to in that season of life. We've also been involved in some ministries over that time. Shortly after COVID hit, I started as a member of PPC. I still recall our reaction when we first received the call that Catherine and I had both been nominated. Who would nominate us? We said. We don't know anything about leadership or being on a council. But we carefully discerned and understood that we were being called to serve, and that even if we couldn't put a finger or a word on it, we had gifts to share. We knew that our lives were about to get busier. We were planning to start our family soon. But we also knew that we wanted stewardship to be part of our lives, so we accepted the nomination. I was appointed to the PPC and instantly gained a deeper connection with our parish. It quickly became an experience that I cherish, as it's given me the gift of a deeper connection with a parish and a sense of joy and fulfillment. I also started working with the live stream ministry shortly after COVID started, which again gave me that gift of a deeper connection and fulfillment. I had some experience in video production from my time in college and felt God's calling me to share my time and my talent to bring Mass to those who couldn't attend in person during that difficult time. As my wife's due date grew closer, and once we were blessed with a healthy but underweight child, I knew God was calling me in a different direction to take care of my family. Once Henry turned about 6 months old, my wife joined the Healing Blanket Ministry. She used to crochet when she was younger and enjoyed tapping into those memories. It gave her the opportunity to give back to the community in a tangible way. Henry hasn't joined a ministry yet, but he babbles a lot at home. So I think lecturing might be in his future. When I think back on our stewardship journey, I think of Father Randy's reaction when we first asked to join the parish. You need a home. Any household has a number of tasks to do to keep the house in good order. Clean the dishes, sweep the floor, but there are also the things outside of those tasks that truly transform a house into a home. Family dinners at the table, decorating the front porch for holidays, welcoming in friends, renovating to make the space fit your family. Stewardship, I think, can be thought of in the same light. It's pushing yourself to go above and beyond the minimum, to put yourself in a place of growth, to impact others. This could be in a sense of time given, talents shared, or treasures offered. I believe that God calls us all to impact others and to grow. I'm confident that our story is not a made-for-TV, can't believe it type of story. Looking at the faces in church today and thinking of the families we've met over the past 5 years, we know that our story isn't unique. And that's okay, because we're called anyways to grow and to impact the lives of others. And that impact is never one-sided. If you share your time, talent, and treasure with your community, you'd be amazed at the joy, fulfillment, and appreciation you might feel yourself. In closing, I urge us all to carefully consider stewardship for this upcoming year. If you're like my family and don't know what gifts of time, talent, and treasure you might have to share, there is a spiritual gifts discovery assessment on our church website. Take the assessment. You might be surprised at what you find. Then carefully discern your calling. Talk with your family, your friends. Maybe someone close to you has been considering the same ministry. Think about where you can be brave and where God is calling you to grow. Commit to that opportunity and trust in God's guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott, Catherine, and Henry. We appreciate that very much. Great message. Thank you very, very much. We're going to have our announcements now.